brings in the big lefty, Bryan Hudson.
Bryan Hudson. Look at those numbers.
Yeah, how good has he been? I mean, amazing. A 1.03 earned run average.
Hudson with 3 strikeouts over 2 perfect innings.
Inning in the third, scoreless, of course. What else is new?
Boy, this is a tough matchup for anybody. Guy can come out of nowhere to be an effective arm and a really good bullpen.
Such a weapon out of that bullpen.
Struck him out. Nasty slider from Hudson.
Got him. Backdoor breaking ball.
Hudson doing the job again.
I wonder if they have like an earphone to listen to me talk, or if it's just like recorded and they play it back later. You can hear me? They can hear me. That's cool. They're probably like, this dingus.
The kind of season Hudson's having is it's special. It's special right now. All right, there's still a long ways to go. I think everybody on the field feels like we're going to win this game when he comes in with the lead. I mean, that's comfort. That's comfort in the team. It's comfort in catchers, comfort in hitters, in your defense.
I can't complain, right? It's been going my way. The ball's kind of been falling the way I want it to, and I've been throwing it really well. I just like to stay locked in and not think about the numbers too much. Go out there, throw up zeros, and do it again the next day.
You know, the one thing that sticks out of the bat with Hudson is his size, how he attacks hitters, his deception, and how he goes about it is different than most relievers. So the swings hitters are taking, uncomfortable swings, lefties and righties, it kind of like sticks out into your mind that this is something that could be special and breaking out for you right there in front of your eyes.
Bryan Hudson, Rock, as Pat Murphy has nicknamed him. He's probably been the biggest positive surprise for this Brewers team. Every year there's a guy that coming into spring training you don't really know about as a fan, as a writer. Hudson is one of those guys.
Anytime you bring in a high-quality bullpen arm like that, you kind of just, you breathe a little bit. And I think that he kind of gives you that ability to just kind of like take a breath. All right, this is going to be okay.
Whenever guys actually trust you and want you out there on that mound, it means the world to you. And it's like, this is why I do it. This is why I go out there and kick my own every single day to get into that spot.
Let's see what he has in mind. And he got him! Backdoor breaking ball. Bryan Hudson is a dude this year, making a name for himself.
You feel like you're the same guy between AAA with the Cubs, AAA with the Dodgers? No, I got a lot more consistent with my mechanics, and like my fastball commands got a lot better. It's tough. Yeah, you got to learn the ropes. I mean, whenever I was first drafted, it was my first time getting on a plane. And it was my first time ever getting on a plane, was flying to Arizona to go, obviously live by myself. So there's a big change. Yeah, a good amount of growing up. Good amount to do left? Yeah. Oh, yeah, still a lot to go.
So my journey from high school to where I'm at now was it was a long road. Getting drafted by the Cubs, and then just having to work my way up the ranks. Then I got a chance with the Dodgers. Was able to make my debut. I learned how to, deal with my emotions on the baseball side and just the human side. Try to hone in my repertoire. And then this offseason, I just received a call right 2 days after Christmas that I was traded to the Brewers. And from there on, it's just kind of been a whirlwind. Hasn't been easy, but it has been fun. It's good to, kind of get out there and battle with these guys. They're a great group of guys.
It's been really, really fun to watch him this year and just like watch who he was. I watched his first bullpen when he got to Arizona this year, just to kind of see the evolution from there. Like, if I'm being honest, he seemed a little timid, which was understandable, but just to who he is now in just such a short period of time, it's really cool to see.
Struck him out. Threw him a cutter. Real Muto got out in front of it.
I think our front office does a great job of just finding these type of guys, and everybody kind of breaks out at different points in their careers, and he's doing that right now. It's just like, it's something we just had to really lock in on, focus on, and how does this guy get better? How can we make him consistent? Put together different drills, got him moving the right way, and I would just set the base, so now he's just taking off, so we got the foundation ready.
We see opportunities for most of the guys that we acquire for ways to get better, and then we attack those ways for them to get better when they get here. As a reliever, as a player, from their perspective, I think that's what you want. You want guys that can help you, that can get you better, that believe in you if those things take place. And guys come here excited, willing to listen, willing to learn.
nasty breaking ball. Herrera strikes out.
Whenever I first got to the Brewers, I knew about their pen and it being, what it is. They, wanted me in there. It gave me just a sense of almost like electricity. It just got me fired up. I didn't know what I was getting into. I don't know these guys, especially from the off season. I don't know the coaches. I didn't know any of the team. But just the fact that they wanted me out here and just looking back on what their bullpen has done and how good they were, I knew that I was kind of on the right track and in the right spot to where I needed to be.
I definitely think we do some things differently than the other team. I think we really care for those guys. We're really invested in those guys. We've seen a lot of success out of them. And so we know how big of a part it is and giving us wins and helping us out. And so we just know how important they are back there.
I think when you get new players or they get bounced around, they're big leaguers for a reason. You just have to find out why. So if it's a confidence thing, if it's something you need to tweak with their delivery or their stuff, the message to the guys is basically that you have to come in and be fierce and be competitive each time out. And no matter how you're feeling, no matter what it is, nobody seems to care except yourself. So you better get after it.
The coaching staff and the players were really good about instilling confidence in what we do and what I do, what each pitcher does. They make it hard for you to second guess yourself because they're consistently telling you, trust your stuff. That's electric. Also, whenever something happens, doesn't go your way, it's very easy for guys to get frustrated, but they're good at giving little cues that you can just kind of go back to and just kind of bring yourself back down to earth and get back to that elite quality of pitches that you throw.
I think that's been a big thing for us is we have that confidence in our bullpen. So, we're confident those guys are going to take the ball, get however many hitters out we need, frankly, and they've done that, since 2018. And so I think there's a lot of confidence there, and I think that's key.
When it comes down to it, this is a very difficult game. And as mentioned before, if you don't go in there with confidence, they're going to eat you alive. So that's what Huddy does. Should be easy right now with how well he's throwing the ball to have confidence, but I don't see it really shifting for him. If he give up a runner here or there, he's pretty convicted in what he does. He's talking about each at bat, each pitch, and he's in the moment each time, and that's what you really can tell when you talk to him after an outing. He was in that moment more than you realize, and you're in it with him, but when he's explaining it to you, you really feel it.
He's been dynamite, and he's done it for multiple innings, I think is the biggest thing so far. A multi-inning reliever gives a manager so much flexibility to save other guys and help the performance of other pitchers. So for me, Bryan Hudson is the early season MVP.
Look around the league. Who's been better? You can go look at all the stats you want, innings pitched, all of that. He's probably top of the board in everything. Every time he goes out there, he puts up zeros, gives us a chance to win.
For me to be able to get the opportunity to go into these higher leverage situations, it's a greater feeling than anything else, that just shows that they trust you, the guys trust you. Good baseball players putting that much trust into you, you got them on your back. You're not necessarily pitching for yourself anymore, you're pitching for them as well. And that just brings out a different sense of aggression, I guess, and me and what I'm doing out there. We train day in and day out to be dogs up there, and whenever you don't think about it, you just go be a dog. It's a great feeling, and getting that first save, that first hold. Just know that you picked that guy up, you picked your starter up, you helped your team get to where they are, where they need to be. It's a feeling like no other.
Next is cut on and missed, and that will retire the side. Hudson was awesome. He struck out 2.
Strict. 20 pitch.
20?
Down, right?
Strict.
20 pitches down.
20 pitches down.
Oh, okay.
But what about if I'm the warm-up pitches before?
I don't have to be down.
Doesn't have to be down. Once
You'll be
once
quarter
he's
squat.
down, strict 20.
Okay. So we'll start after 10? Start counting after 10. I need at least 10 warm-ups.
Injuries are difficult. They're part of the game. Devin's, I think he's kind of dealt with back issues before, but something that he knows that he can rehab. So it's not a big deal, probably for mentally for him, except for just missing out on this half season. It's still important. It's still just you want to feel good. You want to be able to contribute to your team each day. So it's painful in that way.
Adversity is always going to come, right? And it's about how you respond to it. It can always go one or two ways. You know, you just lean into it and, you know, put your 100% effort in every day and, you know, try and get better, or you kind of take the easy route and, you know, just accept it for what it is and, you know, let it define you. But I would say that's not the choice that I've taken.
Yeah, I think when we're rehabbing players, it does come down to support, to knowing that they're needed, keeping them involved. It's easy for us to send players to Arizona and just kind of get them away from the team because it's extra work for everybody. It's extra work for trainers, extra work for coaches. But when you're an important part of the team, we feel that you're an important part of the team. We want to have you around. We want to be able to coach you. We want to be able to see you through and support you to the end of your rehab process.
People have asked, like, when are you doing this? When are you doing that? And my answer this whole time is, I don't know. I know what I have to do tomorrow, you know? That's how I've kept myself focused this whole time, because it's been a long, tedious process. The first month and a half, I was only allowed to do core work. So Teresa, our wonderful trainer, came up with, you know, about 2 hours of core work for me to do every day for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. After that, I started to add in plyo balls, like started to throw again in the gym, like just in our weight room against the wall, you know, progressing to being on the field and playing catch and, you know, kind of building up there. That's kind of where we're at now, is just building up my endurance and my stamina. Like, the toughest part has probably been not actually being able to play. But I mean, in terms of like feeling like you're contributing and being a part of the team, I haven't been able to do that yet. Honestly, our whole team, just a great group of guys. And, you know, we all go out there, you know, play hard for each other every day. And that's just something that, you know, I really want to be a part of.
I think Devin's return, just like we said about Hudson, just gives you a little bit of breathe, lets you breathe a little bit. So Devin back, it kind of gives you that stability in the ninth inning. And you work the game forward from there. So it's always nice to have that inning taken care of, so you can work your way around the game from there.
My goal is to get healthy, you know, and help this team as much as I can moving forward. Just being back out there, feeling the energy from the crowd, the building energy that happens throughout the course of a game, you know, when you're getting to the end and then there's just the final 3 outs to get, and it's just like, comes to a crescendo, I think you would say. Yeah, that would be it. I love the energy that the fans provide.
3-2. Turner swings and misses. Williams strikes him out to win the game.